What up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome back to another Detroit.Sports.Alliance Roundtable. I am your host, Luke G from Lukegsfieldreview, and there's a lot of news that we have to talk about, good people, and we are going to talk about it. We have ourselves a pretty decent panel. I'm pretty sure people are going to roll in as the time goes on. I see the chat is already lit up, so make sure that if you have not done so just yet, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. All right, people, let's go ahead and introduce who's on the panel thus far right now. And if you really quick before I do this, I want to point this out that if you look at the picture and you see TJ Hockenson with the touchdown and everybody's excited, yes, that is the touchdown that won the game against the Falcons. And I wanted us to start the show off with that same energy because I know I'm finna tick off a lot of you right off the gate. So let's go through and introduce our people. To my people who are in the panel, I did mute your microphones for a second because I heard some feedback. So make sure you unmute when I get to you. Starting off with my man RachelMarieSports. What's going on, Ryder?
What's going on? How we doing, everybody? Got some really big Lions news today, and I think this is going to be a fun show.
Yeah, I'm excited. I could not be more excited for it. Then we have on here Andrew. Andrew, what's going on? Let's see, Andrew wasn't listening. I literally said unmute yourself. All right, we got 313 J-Mo in the building. What's going on, J-Mo?
Oh, what's good? What's good, y'all? I'm just excited, man. Let's go.
J-Mo. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take J-Mo off. Then we have Mr. Curt Steele from Die-Hard Podcast. What's going on, Curt?
He said he's having some audio.
Oh, okay. Let me take him out then. All right. Then we have the queen of the den herself, Miss Rachel Marie. What's going on? I don't know why nobody.
Hey, no one's talking because he muted us all, man. This is new to us.
Right. I literally said I muted y'all because I heard some feedback. I thought we was listening. All right, but anyway, listen, good people. All right, we're gonna start this show off with the biggest breaking news of the day, which is the Detroit Lions have traded a 6th-round draft pick for defensive end Griffin from the Dallas Cowboys. I know there's a lot of people who are excited about this. I'm going to give my take last because I know it'll piss off a few people. And I'm not trying to do this. I just genuinely have some concerns. So, you know, that's just the reality. Now, starting this off with you, Ryder, what are your thoughts about the Lions trading for Everson Griffin?
I mean, I'm mixed on it. You know, I think that he could still be an impactful player. You know, he still has 2 sacks this season, 2.5 sacks, which is almost half of what the Lions have. I mean, I think can still make an impact. He's not going to be the Everson Griffin that, you know, was in Minnesota. He's not going to be the amazing pass rusher that a lot of Lions fans wanted in the offseason. And I think my biggest thing is if we wanted Everson Griffin, why didn't we just pay him in the offseason? Why did we have to give up a 6th-round pick to get somebody that we very easily could have got in free agency? So I'm kind of mixed on it. I like it from the aspect that we're getting more D-line depth. We're getting a little bit more help. But at the same time, I don't like that we had to give up a pick when we could have had him for, you know, the whole season and not giving up a pick at all. So.
All right. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, what are your thoughts about the Lions trading for Everson Griffin, Andrew?
Yeah, I love it, man. I mean, I know you have a lot to say about this, so I'm going to wait for all of my info once I give you that pushback because, you know, I can't let you just have your way with it. But I love it. I mean, we're giving up a 6th-round pick. That's nothing for us. We're paying $3 million. That's also nothing. The dude was productive for the Cowboys. Do not get that mistaken. And I have stats to back it up. But we're really, you know, getting him for nothing. I mean, we paid Mike Daniels 10 years. We paid Danny Amendola $6 million. We paid Chase Daniel, you know, $6 million, and I meant $10 million when I said Mike Daniels, not years. But we're getting this guy for $3 million. I mean, that literally is scraps in the NFL. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Okay, listen, that's why I'm going last. I want everybody to get their spirit out. Curt, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good now, brother.
Okay, am I the only one that hear that static when he talks?
I can hear it.
I hear it a little bit.
Yeah, you have a lot of static when you talk.
Let me turn down. Hold on. What about now?
Nope. Every time you talk, it's staticking. I'm gonna give you a minute, Curt, to get that together, then I'll bring you back. Okay.
Okay.
All right. J-Mo, what are your thoughts? Lion bringing Everson Griffin from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I like this move because at least it for one reason, it shows me the Lions are at least making an attempt at doing something. Like I'm you know me, I've never been about like not making moves and just standing there and not at least attempting to make your team better. And to me, this is the best move we've made all year for one reason and one reason only. See, a lot of people didn't notice last game, Christian Jones didn't play a lot. And the defense looked good. And you know what Patricia said, Eureka. If I replace him with Everson Griffin, maybe we can get some pass rush. This is great. Now I don't expect to see no Christian Jones pass rushing ever again. Or at least I'm praying. And he was getting 2.5 sacks, 18 pressures. Like I said, we have Christian Jones pass rushing. That's a problem on every single level. Just adding Everson Griffin on a rotation that's already deep. He's just added to the rotation. So to me, it's gonna work for the rotation. I'm not expecting much. Like he said, like Andrew said, a 6th-round pick, $3 million. I don't really care that much about that. And I do think he will make an impact. But when he was replacing Christian Jones, that's a miracle.
Okay. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving it. Let me see if Curt back together.
Yes.
Curt. Nope, I still hear static, Curt.
Still see static?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's bad because.
All right, so we're going to get Curt together once he get that audio together, and we're going to get him back in there. All right, Miss Queen of the Den, what are your thoughts? Go out, make a trade before the trade deadline for Everson Griffin. What are your thoughts?
So, like I was telling you guys in the lobby before the show started, I'm particularly just more excited that the Lions did make a move, that they went out. And here's the thing. We are acting sometimes, and I've heard it on the show, like we've all kind of been a part of the conversation. We've seen it in the chat. Like they don't listen to the fans. Well, this is them 100% listening to the fans because people were absolutely screaming for Everson Griffin in the offseason. And as you know, when he went onto the market, whether or not he chose the contract in Dallas over here, he's getting traded to us now. And guess what? I bet he's like, oh, hell yeah, let me out of Dallas. I'll go to Detroit. That's fine. Looking at both of our teams comparably. But so for me, it's like, yes, be buyers, buy into yourselves. You are 3-3 now. Everything is not perfect by any means whatsoever, but it does seem like there are pieces that you can see kind of falling together. The fans want a pass rush. We need a pass rush. So you know what they do? They go out and get a pass rush for what seems like a pretty low risk, potentially high reward scenario that's not really going to be very much of a cap hit to the team. And those stats that Andrew's talking about, and I think somebody on the show has said this before too, sacks aren't necessarily everything. Still with 18 total pressures, 12 quarterback hurries, 3 quarterback hits, and those 3 sacks in 7 games, he's not non-existent.
Okay. Listen, we're going to see if Curt together. Okay. I want to make sure I give everybody that thing. Or Curt, we must have stepped out and did something different. All right. People, I'm going to ask you right now to hit that like button because when I get done talking, I know y'all going to hit that thumbs down. Don't do me like that, okay? Don't do me like that. Give me a chance and hear me out, okay? Listen, I think this move is dumb. I think it's stupid. It was so stupid that I literally had over 14 different reasons why I hated it. Really had it. And I'm going to just share the first one off the rip. His contract is obviously a 1-year contract, which means that's $3 million, right? $3 million for 9 games. $3 million for 9 games. The Lions can literally lose to the Indianapolis Colts, and the seat for the general manager and them are back hot. The second reason I think this is a dumb move. His production for this season has been lackluster. It's a lot to be desired. And it goes to show that when you see that the Dallas Cowboys were willing to put him up for trade. The third reason I think this is a dumb trade is because the Cowboys were going to cut him. Okay, we were the only trade partner they had. Okay, the only trade partner that they had, and my attitude to it is you can cut him. And before somebody say to me, well, if you cut him, who's to say he wants to come here? Then we shouldn't have definitely not traded for him, because the last guy we traded for who didn't really want to be here took our money and snatched and ran off. Okay, so that's just another reason. Let me get to a few of them. I'm going to hit on all of them, okay? Now, we had 6 total picks for the draft before we made this trade. We now have 5. All right, that's another one. Romeo Core is better this season than him. That's not me just being funny. That's a fact. Okay, that is a fact. That's not me trying to be facetious or just trying to drum up information or anything like that. That's not me doing that. Like Romeo Core has been better than him. And that's with Everson Griffin getting more playing time than Romeo Core. So hold on. I also have a reason why I think this is dumb is he is not the missing link to the Lions pass rushing problems. That ain't it. I don't see that not one bit. He's definitely going to be playing out of position. We are not a 4-3 team. We are a 3-4 team. We run a remnants of a 4-3, but it's not. It's still a 3-4. And he and a 3-4 under the Cowboys look like what you saw, which is why he was up for trade.
Okay, but a fair question here is because Jordan Cartwright, and it's just before you go on, in the chat, he made a really good point that I liked. If I can't find it. He said him being picked up as a sign, it could indicate that we are changing our schematic preferences that shows that the coaching is starting to understand what doesn't work.
We not.
I doubt that because the last 2 games we've been trying to run more of a 4-man at the line system, and this move suggests that. But I want to say I could care less if Romeo Core has been better than Everson Griffin. I like Romeo Core.
Hold on. Before you go down that road, hear me out. He's
not going to be taking his spot.
I understand that, but before you go down that road, hear me out. Hold on, Curt, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
That's a little bit better, but it's still a little staticky. All right, so let me finish going down my list because I'm not gonna hit on all. I'm gonna hit on one that I really that just jumped out to me. This is another reason why I think this trade is dumb, and I know people are gonna call me the Grinch. I know people are gonna say I'm hating. Oh, I'm out of my mind. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I'm just telling y'all, we're not getting the Everson Griffin from the Vikings. We're getting the Everson Griffin from the Cowboys. Those are 2 different players. Okay.
Yeah, but I think everybody knows
Hold on. And the Cowboy fan base ain't mad that he's gone. And that's a testament to it. Now, I'm finna get into some more deeper parts to it because next year's salary cap is uncertain. And now you know that he's on a 1-year deal. And you might be saying, well, what it got to do with anything? That's got to do a lot because we know that $3 million that he has, the $3 million that he's going to get for this season, takes money away from us signing Kenny Galladay. Okay? It just takes money away from it. I also think that it's a dumb trade because it's an overreaction to a win by ownership to allow the general manager to make any type of trades or moves.
But do you believe in signing skill players over trenches?
Do I believe? No, I don't believe in that. I got mad when we cut Bo Ben Shaw for a running back that I knew he was going to cut the next day. And what happened? He got cut the next day, and they brought Bo back.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you this. Everson Griffin is not going to prevent us from signing Kenny Galladay. That's just a ridiculous reach right there. That's ridiculous. like that's a sky level reach.
Yeah, the money for Galladay will be there. If they want to give it to him. If they want to give it to him.
Okay.
And like we got Christian Jones pass rushing, replacing him with Christian Jones has literally done nothing for us pass rushing. So replacing something with nothing is a plus. But nobody expects Everson Griffin to be some stud monster. You think Lions fans expect that? We expect him to be a good rotational piece. I don't know why you think we expect something different.
JMO, and that's the point though, is he's a rotational piece. He was playing 6% snaps, led their team in pressures, almost led their team in sacks, was outperforming DeMarcus Lawrence on half the friggin' amount of snaps. You put him on our team, we are rushing 4. Regardless of 4-3-3-4 defense, we are now rushing 4 people. And I guarantee you, our starting 4 with Everson Griffin is a better starting 4 than with Christian Jones rushing the passer. So I will take Everson Griffin at $3 million a year for a 6th-round pick. We literally cut frickin' Huntley, and he was a higher pick than that. You know, so those late-round picks, yeah, they hit sometimes, like a Pennicini, whatever. But other times, you get someone that the coaches don't like. So I'd rather go get Everson Griffin that's going to rotate in and trust him more than Christian Jones rushing the passer or Tabai rushing the passer.
Listen, again, I for one, am not killing y'all on y'all view. I'm not
killing you on yours, man.
That's fine. That's fine.
I was about to say the same
That's
thing.
fine. That's fine. But the reality is him coming in changes the way that we use Trey Flowers. They already been playing around with Trey Flowers at outside linebacker. All right. And I think he needs his hand in the dirt as he's a better pass rusher with his hand in the dirt.
Let me ask you something, Luke.
Hold on. Let me finish. They already going to play around with that. So on top of that, you did that. That's the first thing. 2. Okay. So if the Lions turn around, and lose to the Colts, right? Or let's say the Lions win against the Colts. Let's say the Lions go to the playoffs. Let's say the Lions win a playoff game, right? Let's say Everson Griffin balls out and do what he was supposed to do, right? Guess what? If he does that, and the pick that we got is a conditional pick. From rumors, it could be as high as a 4th or a 5th. That's what I'm hearing, 4th or a 5th, if he meets certain milestones. And if he don't, you just gave up another draft piece that could be used for something else. Meanwhile, we did the same thing and getting excited when Mike Daniels came here. We got nothing for it. We got excited when Snacks got here. He wanted out. If this guy was somebody that we could have got, we didn't have to do this. We could have did it smarter and waited for them to cut him and took our chances with him.
So my question for you, Luke, is, all right, a lot of people are going to be like, well, where do you play him? Because you got Romeo. What everyone seems to forget is Trey Flowers played a lot of D linemen, okay? You could bring Trey Flowers in and have Everson Griffin and Romeo on the outside with Danny Shelton also on the inside. And to me, again, I would still take that over having Christian Jones and some of our other weak-ass linebackers try to rush the passer. And as far as your whole, well, we could have waited, what if someone did make the offer? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying no one is, but that is not for certain. This guy just
no, that's not right. That's not right. I didn't say no one is. I'm saying you let him hit free agency and you name the price and do it. And that's all I'm pointing out. I'm not saying that you gave up capital. We got 5 draft picks next year. And if they fire this head coach and this general manager, the new head coach comes in with 5 freaking draft picks and a host of people on a 1-year deal. Yeah, not thrilled about that. Sorry.
I don't care
about
this is about this season. I don't care about a new guy. You can always get more draft picks by trading players. So they can always get more compensation. No, because this is ridiculous. He's about to come here and be a rotational piece and add and get us pressure and add sacks to this team. Like I'm gonna say, I swear, 5 weeks from now, when he has done more with us than he did with the Cowboys in 7 weeks, I'm gonna be right here because I'm always here when you say this ridiculous stuff and you go, oh man, I was wrong. And I'll be like, I was right once again. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna be absolutely ridiculous. Complaining about a rotational piece for a 6th-round pick.
Okay. We had a rotational piece in Mike Daniels. We complained about him.
Daniels, we paid him way more money.
Triple. We gave him
way more for Mike Daniels.
He was not as good as
Mike Daniels to this move.
Okay. Listen, y'all can have y'all view, but shout out to Tom Gross. He in the building. He says, "I really don't understand why you even need to trade for all these players. Just pay the refs. It really works. It really works." He goes on to say they usually take Vimo and you can set up a payment plan. I believe it. What are your thoughts on this, Curt? Before we move on to the thing, because like I said, I know that people weren't going to agree with me. I have no problem standing alone. Yeah. The season is we got 10 games left in the season. Mm-hmm. He's going to play 9, make $3 million. We gave up a 6th-round pick, got 5 for next year. What are your thoughts?
I don't mind the trade at all. You get him for $3 million. You lost Julian Okwara, Austin Bryant. Who the hell knows who that guy is because he's only been on the roster by name. We haven't seen him in a game since he's been in Detroit. I mean, for real. So
I'm sorry, man. That was funny.
I mean, so you bring in a proven rotational player to the Lions, we're not expecting him to be J.J. Watt or hell, even Nick Bosa or anybody else. We're expecting him to be a good rotational player who comes in and helps our pass rush. That's all we asking the help of him to do. We're not asking him to be the next coming of Lawrence Taylor. We're asking him to be himself and get after the quarterback, and he can play on the outside and he can rotate inside. So he's a fit for that Patricia 4-3 style hybrid defense. I like that. I like it. There was no like really. You didn't take a big chance by trading for him for a 6th-round conditional pick. It's just a no-brainer for me. I'm good with it.
Okay, listen, again, like I said, I know this is going to be something that people are going to disagree with me on, and we got 9 games to see it. So, I mean, and I find it funny. I find it funny that everybody is so now in this belief that, he's going to be a rotational guy, and we know how to rotate guys in, right? We know how to use our talent, right? No, they're going to move Trey Flowers to the outside linebacker, and he's going to be the DN. Him and Romeo Okwara are going to be your 2 DNs. Mark my words.
Man,
Mark my words.
Come on, man.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Mark your words. Okay, we gonna see versus the Vikings, man.
Okay. Watch. It's good. You're gonna see Everson Griffin. And you're going to see Everson Griffin. You're going to see
25 snaps. That's what I'm going to see.
Okay. All right. If he gets 25 snaps against the Vikings, obviously, he can't play this weekend. You got to get him caught up to speed. But I'm just telling you that it's not going to happen.
What's not going to happen? Trey Flowers playing his natural position because we got Everson Griffin on a $3 million deal. We playing this man $70 million. But Griffin is going to take his spot on the defensive end position. What are you talking about?
Wait, are you saying Everson Griffin? I mean, are you saying that Trey Flowers' natural position is outside linebacker?
No, I said
no.
Right, exactly. You heard it here first. Now we moving on.
I said defensive end. I said defensive end.
Yeah, he said
defensive end.
Okay,
I didn't say linebacker.
Listen,
right, defensive end.
Right, you're saying
he's going to take Flowers' spot in his snaps.
J-Mo, listen. You're saying defensive end. I heard you loud and clear. Now hear me. I'm telling you, they're going to move him to outside linebacker.
I'm telling you that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Well, get ready for the ridiculousness. You already see him dropped in coverage. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's still playing way more snaps at DN and D lineman. Everson Griffin is not going to change that. Everson Griffin going to be on the opposite side, spelling for Romeo Okwara.
Why? Why would they do that?
Why would he be on Flowers' side? Flowers is the starting D lineman. That's why he's going to be on his side.
Flowers is why. You just said in the game. You just said in the game against. You just said in the game against the Falcons that they didn't play Christian Jones as much, right?
Right.
Okay. They're going to put Flowers there.
They're going to put Everson Griffin as the 4th rusher instead of using Christian Jones at all.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Okay.
We got 9 games to see it.
Luke.
Yeah.
I want you to explain to me your thinking of why you think that they're going to put him at why in the hell would the Lions put Trey Flowers at outside linebacker? I mean, it doesn't make any. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
I know it doesn't. But it's the same thing that they did with putting Tracy Walker in the box. So I'm trying to figure out what part needs to make sense. It's the same team who has a running back running wild and they cut his snaps. It's the same team who turns around and is dropping their best pass rusher before they had an Everson Griffin. If you believe he's now the best pass rusher, before they had an Everson Griffin, they was dropping him in coverage as an outside linebacker. And they were having him dropping the coverage from the DN spot. If they're doing it then, they're going to do it even more now because they're going to feel like we got Everson Griffin. I know some people in there saying that they could put him at D tackle. He's not finna unseat Pennicini and Shelton. Them two are balling. They are stuff in the middle. It's not normal what they're doing up front. He's not taking a spot, not even as a rotational guy. They're going to get them all on the field at the same time, and I just think that's what it's going to be.
So you telling me John Pennicini going to keep Trey Flowers from being on the D-line, and Everson Griffin going to keep Trey Flowers from being on the D-line?
What I'm telling you
is... But no, he asked you, why do you think... Answer his question.
You
went on a whole
No, I did not. I'm answering the question. What I said, not what you're saying, what I said was this, okay? I said This the same team, because his question to me was, why do I think they're going to do it? My reason is because they've been doing stupid stuff. They've been doing dumb stuff. Let's not act like because they beat the Falcons all of a sudden, because the Falcons did something stupid in our favor, that now all of a sudden they're going to do smart stuff. It's not happening.
Okay. So instead of talking football, they just been doing stupid stuff, so they just gonna do it. Like I said, ridiculous. We gonna see. I can't wait.
Okay.
We gonna see. That is so ridiculous, man. I cannot wait, man. You giving the people the content they need, man. Don't worry, I'm gonna be here in 3 weeks, man. You know I want.
That's what I want.
I don't leave, man. I'm gonna be right here.
Hold on. I just didn't understand. And I'm not saying that that what you're saying, you don't have a valid opinion for yourself. I just don't understand your train of thought.
That's cool.
I mean, I get that now the Lions aren't, I'm not sitting here to saying that that in 2 weeks that Newt Rodney just took over the team where, we have one of the best coaches staffs in the history of football. I'm not saying that, but you have to give the coaching staff some tools. We lost a pass rusher in Junior Quora, and we brought in Everson Griffin for $3 million. I'll take that all day over playing Christian Jones or the aforementioned invisible man, Austin Bryant, on the defensive line. I'm just saying that.
Listen, I'm not knocking none of y'all viewpoint. All right, to the next question. The Detroit Lions have beat the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. This is a win that many people thought was unexpected. So I kind of wanted to kind of piggyback off of that win and kind of ride that high a little bit. But obviously we had the breaking news for Everson Griffin. So I wanted to jump on that. Now we got 90. We got 90 in the chat. I don't know how many likes we got up. I'm not looking. But if you have not hit that like button, please do so. Don't give me a thumbs down because I'm thinking different than most people. All y'all got to do is wait 9 weeks. In 9 weeks, you can come back and thumb this damn video to high hell, thumbs it down to high hell in 9 weeks. But right now, just take into account that I'm telling you, I've seen things that just don't make sense to me, and I've questioned it from a lot of standpoints. I'm just pointing out. I'm also the same person that believes that Jeff Okudah should be playing safety for us, but that's another story. Now, starting off with you, Curt, how do you feel about the Lions win on Sunday versus the Falcons?
I mean, it was a win a game that we should have won. Now, it took an incredible amount of circumstance for us to win that game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said on the post game, the sun shines on the dog behind every now and again, and it seems like everything just kind of fell the Lions' way on Sunday. And I'm not overly exuberant about it, but I will always take a win instead of a loss.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that, J-Mo? I mean, they get the win because the reason I'm asking this, I want to see how y'all keep the same energy when I get to this next question. Because this question right here, I love it. I just love it. So somebody gave it to me, and I can't wait to talk about it. So what are your thoughts, J-Mo?
I think it was a great win. I mean, I don't, regardless of what goes on with the season, that's gonna be one of the wins that we talk about as Lions fans, because like that was one of our greatest wins, one of Patricia's best coach game. But at the end of the day, it's the Falcons. But my thing is, everything I know as a Lions fan has told me we should have lost that game because I think that's what OMG was talking about. And we found a way to win the game. Like, come on, like, how did we win? Like, Todd Gurley really just like was like here, like, but like it was a miracle. But at the end of the day, it's another win against a bad team. You got to continue.
All right, what are your thoughts, Rachel?
I mean, I was pretty stoked on it. I get stoked every single time the Lions win, and y'all see a lot of times in my videos, I say we can go on and on and on about the bad, so I always try to pick out the good. I was feeling like Stafford has ice in his veins, for real. He is one of the most incredible quarterbacks I've watched playing football at that 2-minute drill, 64 seconds left on the clock, no timeouts. TJ Hawkinson looks like he's going to go mess it up because he doesn't get outside, but then redeems himself catching that beautiful touchdown pass that, I mean, it was just perfect. I did just make a video on this, like right before this. Stafford was 25 of 36 with those 4 spikes in there somewhere for 340 yards. I mean, that's insane. I thought Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay were playing out of their minds. That catch, you know the catch I'm talking about? It was like a Calvin Johnson catch. Kenny Golladay got up and got it. Blew my mind. I was screaming in the bar, scaring everybody. And I'm thinking, thank you for using Marvin the way that you should have been using him. He didn't have all those touchdowns last season for no reason. Use him. He's a great contested catch wide receiver. And on the outside of that, I'll also say the run defense was looking really legit. 2.5 yards per carry. Not that, I mean, Atlanta was blocking for him that well, but I think it's time to start thinking about whether or not that front four is something legit against the run. They've been putting up some good showings, so I don't know. That's how I feel about that win.
I just think Top Dogs. He said, Rachel, you're my new number one until Luke take his meds again. Y'all listen, y'all who've been rocking with me from the beginning know I have no problem being different. And it's not that I'm trying to. I just see things a little different. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I was right about Matt Patricia being hot garbage. I was right about a number of different things. And I'm wrong about a number of different things. It's football. I love this part of it. It's about trying to figure it all out. And I enjoy it. But the meds, man, I'm good. What are your thoughts on this, Andrew? The Lions got that win on Sunday.
Look, man, I'll take it. I'll take any win. All right. I don't care. Like, it's exciting to get a win. If we executed better, if we literally just wrapped up during tackles, we would have won that game easily. We had so many missed tackles, so many times where we had Matt Ryan in our grass and let go. So to come back and win like that, I mean, it's about time, honestly, because that type of crap that happened to the Falcons is exactly what we've been dealing with since I was born. So I'll take it, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's funny. Ryder, what are your thoughts about that game on Sunday? Because we finna get into this question. I cannot wait to get into this question.
I mean, I'm always going to get excited for a Lions win. I mean, they don't come around that often, so we got to cherish them when they're here. And, like Rachel said, Matthew Stafford has some ice in his veins. He woke up feeling dangerous on Sunday. I mean,
I caught that reference. He woke up feeling dangerous. Go ahead, man.
I mean, I don't think there's anything that intimidates Stafford. Like, I mean, I don't think you could scare Stafford if you were trying to. Like, he doesn't get nervous. He doesn't really, feel that pressure at the end of the game. And, you could say there's a lot of qualities a quarterback should have. One of the top ones for me is under pressure. You stay cool, you stay calm, you stay collected. And that's exactly what Stafford does every single time. He is the comeback king. Nobody can take that away. I think he's the best, I don't know where he ranks all time. It's very high on the fourth quarter comebacks, but he is really, really good at it.
313 Curt says this. Y'all talk about Everson Griffin already? Yes. At the beginning and top of the show, you're going to want to make sure you catch that. I essentially pissed off my entire group.
Crazy.
You did your job.
Essentially. But this brings me to the question, people, because this came to me from a subscriber, and I thought I didn't even think of this as a question, but I thought it was a good question. I'm going to start this off with you, Ryder. Now that the Lions are 3-3, are you now buying into Matt Patricia being the right head coach for the job?
Okay, so this is funny because I actually mentioned this in my video that I put out today. No. I don't think he is. To me, he hasn't proven it to me. It's sick that he's won 2 games in a row, but for all the bad that Matt Patricia's done, he needs to show me more than 2 good games. Like, if he keeps playing like this, if the defense continues to average giving up only 55 rushing yards a game, which would, if they could keep that pace, which is what they're at after the bye week, if they can keep that pace, then that is an elite run defense. I mean, the defense has looked really good coming out of the bye, and we brought Patricia here to make a good defense. So if it continues to play well, like if it's for the rest of the season and they continue to have a great run defense, a pretty good pass defense, if they continue to get some turnovers and, allow less than 19 points a game, which again is what they're doing after the bye, I mean, he's moving in the right direction right now. And, as I said earlier in my video, I'm not ready to admit that I was wrong about Patricia yet. I'm not willing to say he's the answer. But if he keeps getting results, I mean, at some point it'll be hard to argue with the results.
Okay, that's fair enough. Top dog out here trying to win best commentator of the day. What is it? Bro, stay off my Spartans, bro. stay off my Spartans, Top. All right? I mean, not Michigan State, that's for sure.
Big brother about to show up this weekend.
Oh, here you go.
Hey, you already know.
Oh my.
Already
Okay.
know.
Okay. Listen, don't have us doing pregame shows for that game now. Don't do that.
Hey, don't catch us now.
All right, Andrew, what are your thoughts? The Lions are now 3-3. Do this now give you confident that Matt Patricia is the right head coach for the Lions?
Nah, dude, are you kidding me? I mean, the funny thing is I told JMO this on the round table the other day. And when we all made our season predictions and we were going week by week and breaking it down, every single one of us at this point in the season put us at about 3-3, 2-4, or 4-2. And we are dead center of that. So it's not like we're 1-5 or 0-6 or something. We're around where we thought we'd be. Was it a pretty 3-3? No, but we are exactly around where we thought. This man, I mean, unless he goes to the playoffs, I don't care. It's the third season. You have a lot of pieces. Even before the season started, I said we got a lot of talent on defense. Put it together. So they're making adjustments. I don't even care who's making adjustments. The team is making adjustments. We started man heavy to begin the season, and now we're pretty light on it. We're doing a lot more zone. We're blitzing a lot more, and it's working. So I don't care who's doing it, but we're making adjustments. And playoffs or get the hell out.
Listen, I don't know why y'all started this firestorm. I'm seeing stuff like 51-10. Why y'all? Okay. Okay, keep that same energy. Y'all better pray that Michigan don't lose.
If they lose, I'm gonna disappear off the face of the map. You will not see me for like a month. Like I won't be on no round tables, nothing. I'm gone. Like I'm done, bro.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna put it like this. If Michigan lose that game, oh Jesus, y'all know y'all gonna hear it for the whole until the next time I'm gonna let y'all have it.
They not gonna lose though.
Listen,
so we don't have to worry about that.
We got 92 in the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. All the members on this panel are linked in the description. Make sure you subscribe to all those members. We do have fun doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. We had Tom Grassi in the building. I rock with Tom Grassi, so shout out to him. He's been growing steadily. Hilarious. He told us that ain't no need to trade. And the referees, it really works. so that's a good start. What are your thoughts on that, Curtis? I mean, we're 3-3 now. Do you now believe that Matt Patricia is the right coach for the job?
I had this discussion with Shawnee J, my co-host, earlier. Shout out to my man Shawnee J, my co-host over the Die Hard Den podcast. And I am with Ryder. He has to show me more. I mean, a 2-win streak versus 2 1-win teams? Nah, because that's not really showing me anything. Those are games we were supposed to win. So he's going to have to make a deep playoff run for me to say, yeah, he can stay on. But right now, he still got to go.
Hey, listen. Okay. Oh, listen. This is intriguing. J-Mo, I know you're gonna do something to be different. J-Mo, we 3-3 right now. Does this show proof that Matt Patricia is the right head coach for the job?
So I remember didn't you have that question was are we gonna run the table? Yeah, I remember that.
A subscriber asked that.
Yeah, so no, I'm dead serious. If he runs the table or comes close, well, I mean like goes 9 wins, 10 wins in a row, or 8 wins in a row. Y'all might say that's ridiculous, but I'm dead serious. If we had a better coach looking at this schedule, that better coach would lead us to 12-4, 13-3. Like if we had Sean McVay, Bill Belichick, or something. So if you're the right man for the job, Patricia, we should go on an undying winning streak. I'm serious. And that's what will show me. Because at this point, you haven't shown me anything. Like I said, the Bears loss is a scar on my heart that I will never forget. Y'all, see, I don't think y'all hurt like me. Losing to Trubisky is just a different level the way we lost that game. And I won't forgive him for that. So we go ahead and win 8 games in a row. Because, like, if he was a good coach, he should have no problem, like, coming close to running the table. I'm dead serious.
That loss sucked. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. That was a bad loss.
Rachel, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think now that the Lions are 3-3 that Matt Patricia is the right head coach for the job?
I still think it's as far as this season goes. Now, I'm not talking about the last 2 seasons when I say this, because the first thing somebody's going to do is jump on me and be like, what do you mean a small sample size? I mean, this season that we're already in, he's already our head coach. It's still a pretty small sample size. I certainly I'm not out there screaming that I have faith in him by any means. But what I do have to say is that we cannot say that you don't see evidence of adjustments. Just like Andrew was saying, there are definitely adjustments being made, adjustments that most of us have been saying need to happen. And like Andrew said, whether or not he's responsible for that, I'm not even going to pretend to know. So it's for me, it's the same thing. Playoffs or bust. Like get us there, and if you don't, everybody in the comments is saying it, then get out. Playoffs or get out. But I do want to say this to this question, because there's one compliment that I did want to give him after this last game, and it was credit for that challenge. It kept that drive alive. I was actually really impressed by that, because he waited to see if they could draw them off, and he wouldn't. Obviously, he's not going to throw the challenge then, but I think he saw what we then all saw, and even if it was barely a good challenge, I thought it was a really good challenge, and it was good coaching that kept that drive alive. So I will give him that one compliment in this last game.
This can be completely unrelated, but the stock market crashed, right after he made that challenge, apparently. It's like, no, I'm just making that up. But like the whole world, when he made that challenge, every Lions fan was like, what is happening? That's the most beautiful thing he's ever done in his life. So,
I gotta be honest. Well, first of all, let me answer this question. Gary, yes, we did talk about that at the top of the show. So if you start the show over, you're here from the beginning. And the first thing you're gonna probably, I don't know if you're gonna be on board with me, but I'm pretty sure I ticked off a lot of people here. But I'm cool with that. Like I said, I got 9 weeks to be shown right or wrong, and we'll see what happens. Now we got 96 in the chat, people. Let's get those likes up. We appreciate you all for being here, and we are happy to be here to give you this show. Listen, this is my view on this whole 3-3 and if he the right head coach. And I'm surprised that none of you said, no, that doesn't make him the right head coach. Yet you're so hyped that he's going to utilize Everson Griffin the right way. But whatever. It's funny to me at some of the things I'm seeing in the chat on what they predicted for the record to be and what they're predicting for the win strategy to be. And I'm like, this is just more proof that things should not have been. And in my opinion, he's not the right coach. He has not been the right coach from the first season. I gave him an excuse, even though I saw a lot of stupid stuff like benching Glover Quin in favor of Tavon Wilson in the first game of the season, and then getting destroyed by Sam Darnold and whoever the head coach was at that time. Ty Bowles. Yeah, that's what it was. So just shameful. So, but yeah, I think it's funny. Now, here's my question. This is a question that came from a subscriber, the General View, who said, was Sunday the best game, was Sunday Patricia's biggest game of his coaching career? And if so, yes. If no, why? Okay. So starting this off with you, J-Mo, was this the biggest game of his career?
I want to say yeah, but I can't. That Patriots game on national TV, that's gonna have to be the biggest game. But if people want to say that, they can go ahead and say it. But I think that Pats win was a really big win for him. I think that was his first win, wasn't it? Wasn't that his first win too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me ask you, Andrew. Do you think that was his biggest game on Sunday?
No, not a chance. I mean, I think I think the Jacksonville game definitely was, because we needed to see this man blow out a bad team. Okay. I mean, for once, we beat a team by double-digit points. That was a bad team that we should have killed. And we did. And we absolutely did kill them. I think that was the best one, because he did exactly what he should have done. The Atlanta game, like, I said to J-Mo, I was talking about him, like, Atlanta is getting slept on, all right? They have a lot of playmakers. Their entire defense was hurt going into the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season. They played better throughout this week and last week. Like, it was a good game overall, but there's definitely other games that were more critical.
Okay, we got 100 people in the chat. We got 45 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. Let's get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. As we keep talking about our Detroit Lions, who obviously today, if you have not heard, have signed defense. Well, sorry, I can't even say it's a sign. It's a trade. Have traded with the Dallas Cowboys a 6th-round draft pick for defensive end Everson Griffin. So we've talked about that at the top of the show. You definitely want to go back and check that out. You're probably not going to be happy with me, but I'm just calling things the way I see them, and I could be wrong. I don't profess to know all the answers, but I see certain patterns, and I respect them. What say you, Curtis? Do you believe that this past Sunday was his biggest game?
Nah, I don't think it's his biggest game. I think that actually last week's game, the Jaguars, where they actually blew out a team they were supposed to. I have to agree with Andrew.
Wait a minute. I stand corrected. So he's correcting me. He's asking, is this Sunday? Okay, well, the way you worded it in the chat, I went by that. My bad. He said, is this Sunday? This Sunday against the Colts.
The Colts. Okay.
Is this going to be his biggest game? Okay. All right. So let's go through and run through that one really quick. Is this Sunday going to be Matt Patricia's biggest game?
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Why?
Because it could be one of those things where if they win, that will make against a winning team, that puts the team on a different trajectory for the rest of the season. So I can say it could be one of his biggest games coming up on Sunday.
Okay, what say you, Ryder? Is this upcoming game against the Colts the biggest game of Matt Patricia's career?
When you say biggest, do you mean most important or his best coach?
Listen, however you want to view it. This is your interpretation.
I mean, as far as, is this the most important game in his career? No. I mean, I think the Arizona game or the Jacksonville game were more important. But if we want to win this game, if we want to, beat a really good Indianapolis Colts team that has arguably one of the best defense, well, not arguably, has one of the best defenses in the NFL, Patricia better have his best game as a head coach because we're going to need to hit.
Man, I just love me some JT Sports, man. If you ain't subscribed to JT Sports, you're missing out on great content. JT Sports is thinking how I'm thinking. He ain't lowering his energy neither. He said the Lions barely beat the Cardinals despite being a +3 in the turnover margin and had to win on a last-minute field goal. A good team would have won by +10 if they
Seattle's
were +3.
Not a good team. By that logic, then Seattle is not that good of a team.
JT, you got look.
Exactly,
JT,
that's what I was saying.
JT, look.
Who cares how we won that game? Kenny Galladay was clearly hobbled. Like, we went on the road and we beat them. Like, I don't see how that's a bad thing.
Don't be coming at us, JT.
Y'all beat them barely. Oh, okay. So
JT feel like y'all on fire
with the Bears beat us barely, didn't they? The Saints beat us by what, 4 points? So what we're talking about, the Bears beat us by a miracle. Let's be honest.
Hey, listen,
I'm
Andrew.
just saying, most people think I'm just saying the general consensus is that Seattle's a good team. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, Seattle's a Super Bowl contender for most people.
Yep.
I mean, listen, and I just love that JT is unapologetic. It's 102 in the chat. I'm not sure what the likes is at this point. I got to go back and look. But if you have not hit that like button, please do so. Listen, is this week the biggest game of his career? Yes, because he's getting fired at the end of the season anyway. And to me, I mean, listen, let's be honest. Everything on this week hinges on a lot of different things. At the end of the day, even if we reverse the question, was last week his biggest game? Yeah, because if he didn't win, he was getting fired. If he don't win this week, his seat is still hot. So you can't. The thing that I don't understand about people or this fan base is everything that people complained and got upset about with Jim Caldwell not beating winning teams it's the same thing Matt Patricia doing. He's just not even winning. Like, it's not even close. Like the man just matched his win total from last season, people. Let's just put that in perspective. So, I think it's going to be the biggest game that he has. And I think that he's still getting fired, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, outside of him making it to a Super Bowl, I think he gets fired. I just don't think he stays. This next question that comes up again comes from subscribers. I've been taking a lot of subscriber questions because I know they'd be having a lot, so I'd be want to try to grab them. This question is: how do y'all feel about the Detroit Lions being road warriors? Wow! So all three of our wins have come on the road, and he wants to know how do we feel about them being road warriors? Starting off with you, Rachel.
I mean, I know we've won 3 on the road. I don't know if I like the term road warriors just yet. But I think it does honestly say something about the mental toughness of the team. I've always thought that, all else aside, even against bad teams, it is harder to win on the road. And we can't forget, there were fans in Jacksonville and Atlanta. So these were not empty stadiums, because somebody's going to say, yeah, with no fans, it's not that much of a home field advantage. We'll stop, because there were fans in Jacksonville. There were fans in Atlanta. Less fans or not, they're pumping actual crowd sounds. Oh my gosh, my brain totally shut off there for a second. They're pumping crowd sounds in to match anyways. I mean, boos and all that. I mean, it's a different feel for them to play probably with no fans, but there were fans at 2 of those games, and I'm not going to take away from the mental toughness I do think that it takes to win on the road, and now I'm just asking them to bring it home.
Okay. What say you, Andrew? How do you feel about the Lions being road warriors?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with Rachel. It just shows that when diversity strikes, and you have to travel to another city and this and that, they're able to come through and win. I just want them to bring that back home. I mean, you should be a better team at home. That's just how it should be. But it's nice to see that when we are going to another team stadium that we're able to pull through. That mental toughness is definitely key. So hopefully they kind of expand on that down the stretch.
What say you, J-Mo? Lions are road warriors. What are your thoughts about it?
I actually like it because, I mean, if a miracle happens, we gonna be in a wild card, so we gonna have to win a road game. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only way I'm really thinking about it. If we at home, wow, a bigger miracle happens. But when I'm looking at it like that, I don't like losing at home. I actually hate losing at home much more than losing on the road. I think good teams win at home, which is why the Lions are on notice to me, because you got a game at home that's very winnable that you should win this week. And I like winning on the road. It was something that was extremely surprising to me because you will have to go on the road and beat good teams if you want to be anything in the NFL.
Okay. Now SpeakEZ Sports says, I wish I was on this week. Ha ha. No need to laugh about it. I just sent the link. So if you want to jump in here, I'll be more than happy to invite you, man. So definitely jump on in if you want to get in and talk some Lions football. Ryder, what are your yes?
Before you move to Ryder, somebody in the chat said, look at Everson Griffin's last tweet, and I just wanted to say it out loud. It says, our journey continues to the great city of Detroit. To the Detroit fans, y'all are getting an MFing dog ready to eat. Lions, thank you for blessing my family with an opportunity to be great. I can't effing wait. See y'all tomorrow.
Nice. Yep. Keep that same talk is cheap. You know who else got talk, pimps? like
I don't know, man. Them Vikings talk a lot. J-Ron Curse was talking a lot, and he went on the field, started hitting people. But they talk a lot over there. And the Vikings saying,
talk is cheap. Do is prove me wrong. He got 9 games to do it. Because so far he's got 2.5, 2 sacks, 2.5, whatever. All right. Let me see. Again, SpeakEZ. I sent you the link. If you want to jump in, feel free. Ryder, the Lions are road warriors, man. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, they gotta win somewhere, right? Yeah, of course, might as well be on the road.
That's the logic right there. Yeah, they gotta win somewhere.
I mean, I'd love to see them win at home, and they probably should have at least one win at home this year versus the Bears. But I mean, I don't know. Does it count this year though? Because there are fans there, but not really. I don't know. I feel like to me it doesn't really matter too much one way or the other. There aren't really fans at any of the stadiums, so they're probably road warriors because they're used to playing in front of fans. And the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons actually had fans there, so it probably felt like more of a home game there than it does at Ford Field, to be honest.
Okay. Crimson Shadow says, real talk. Griffin wanted to come to Detroit on free agency. Just saying. I know. All that talk he's talking about, we giving up draft picks for him. But whatever. He's going to get cut. But whatever. Great move, I guess. Kurt, what are your thoughts? Lions are road warriors. What are your thoughts?
Play all the games on the road if you go keep winning. I mean, that's
good point. That's a perspective, yeah.
I mean, right now, I mean, with this season, with the COVID and it just, to me, if you go keep winning, it doesn't matter to me. If you can win, I mean, I would like them to win that Ford Field, but I mean, who they winning in front of? The equipment managers and they're not winning in front of anybody at home. But yeah, win at home, I get you. You know, I know that the crowd at Ford Field is a plus for the Lions. They don't really have a home field advantage right now. But I want to give a big shout out to the Lions social media staff. I don't know if you guys pay attention to this earlier in the last couple of days when they put the Pimp C Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That made my day. So big shout out to the Lions social media teams for the Pimp C Matthew Stafford picture.
All right. My view is this: Road Warriors is good. It's even better when you win something at home. And to me, being a Road Warrior is cool, but I look at who we beat on the road. Like, that's my problem. It's like I do care about how we win games, and it's important to me and how we win games and stuff. You know, I think it was what's the guy from the Bears? Nick Foles, who said, would you rather have a pretty loss or ugly win? And I'm like, okay, very good, strong point there. But usually those ugly wins catch up to you. And that's the problem. So I just look at it. Now, Old Timer Dave says, Everson Griffin was just thankful somebody got him out of Dallas.
Yeah, he's right.
You know why I like winning on the road though is because usually, I mean, the Lions sometimes can be bad teams, but usually it's at home. How many times have we seen us go on the road versus a bad team and get destroyed? So at least we can do what we're supposed to do. I mean, we're the Lions. It's not like we're a story franchise. So we got to be happy about the small things, sadly, because we suck. But doing what we're supposed to do. Go handle your business on the road against the bad teams. The Lions have not done that a lot before.
Okay. Don Burr says, Luke, you talk and wrong a lot. Laughing out loud. Okay. I'll put my wrong and right record next to next, and I think I'm more right than I'm wrong. But, you know, what can I say? What can I say? Jason Smith says, that was that tweet that Luke didn't want to read. I was getting there, people. She just beat me to it. We have Easy from the SpeakEZ. What's going on, brother?
Easy,
where you at? I could have sworn I heard him. There you go. All right, there you go. Man,
What up?
I can hear you. You say you wanted to get in on this Lions talk, huh?
I had to, man. I'm kind of, I hate to say it, man. I'm kind of excited now because we are at a 500 record. We did just grab a great piece. I feel like. I don't know if it's gonna be a difference maker, but I like that there's an attempt at it, right? Like I like that we're actually making some moves and we're showing some life. Like we actually give a F.
Okay, all right. I ain't mad at you. We got 104 in the chat, so let's get that likes up. Angelo says, do you guys think the Lions make another trade? I hope not. I don't know if anybody else wants them to make more trades. I hope not.
Yes, I do. No, I'm telling you, you go to you find a team like Christian Jones for a center. Like, and guess what? You know, we might throw Carry on if you give us a fourth. Like, you gotta finesse somehow. Get Christian Jones off this team.
Okay. I'm just not. I'm not for it. Ben Diesel says, Luke, you talk too much. It's pretty much what I'm supposed to do on a talking podcast. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the criteria. That's what happens.
Like, right? You getting roasted tonight, man.
Yeah, I mean, right? Like, yeah, it's like if the joke is funny, I'll laugh. But like, isn't that what I'm supposed to do as the host? Keep the show going. But okay, logic, people, logic. Come with some better material, and I'm gonna laugh with you. I love laughing at myself. Luke got faith in Patricia. Who said that? Did I say that? Who said that?
Man, he just cussed you out.
Man, listen, that wasn't me. Easy. Let me just kind of get you on some of the things, man. What are your thoughts about? I mean, obviously we talked about Everson Griffin, but what are your thoughts in terms of, like you said, the Lions are 3-3? Do you now feel like Matt Patricia is the right coach for the job?
Hell no. If anything, man, he proved me wrong, man. Hell no.
Listen, I am so confused at how everybody is like, no, he ain't the right coach. But y'all just swear he finna coach up some good stuff for this guy we just got. I just don't get it.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think you need to coach stuff up. I mean, like Everson Griffin said in the tweet, you know what I'm saying? My man's a dog. He was a dog in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a guy that needs
in
to
Minnesota.
Up, you know what I'm saying?
Minnesota, not Dallas.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing, though, too. Like collectively, like that's a team thing. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
But hopefully he fits well with us.
Well, listen. Well, look, easy. I'm finna hit you with one. We're gonna see how you really feel, because this is my question, and I really got to talk about this. What are y'all thoughts on, starting with you, Easy? What are your thoughts on the Lions offensive coordinator Daryl Bevel after seeing him call the plays for 22 games?
Man, it's for some reason, man, I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why, and maybe I'm just like, maybe he's happy because of how terrible we were before. But when we had my man, was it Joe Lombardi was here before? That offense was terrible, man. And I just remember like, no, actually, no, man. I'm going to take that back. I don't like it. Because with the quarterback with Matthew Stafford, although I don't think he's the greatest, he's talented enough where he should be doing a lot more. Especially with weapons like Kenny Galladay. I know Marvin Jones hasn't been great this season, but he's still not a bad player per se. You know what I'm saying? Like he can still be productive. I don't know what. Maybe he lost it. Maybe he like hit that hill for football age, you know what I'm saying, where he can't produce. But like, I feel like Matthew Stafford's talented enough where we actually should be putting up more points. So I'm going to take that back.
Okay. All right. What do you think, J-Mo? What are your thoughts after seeing Daryl Bevel through 22 games? What are your thoughts about him?
My thoughts is SpeakEZ. Thank you for coming on the show, because I was like, because I was like, is he really about to say Daryl Bevel has been good? I'm like, he's not about to say this. I'm like, he's not about to say it. And then he was talking.
Yeah, I had to correct that one.
Hold on, what am I doing? He's like, hold on. He's like, wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on. We got Matthew Stafford. Exactly. Daryl Bevel has been an utter disappointment since the first game. And I'm surprised. I mean, like, Stafford hasn't been perfect, but it's ridiculous when we didn't have Kenny Galladay and we really weren't using TJ Hockenson. I'm like, he's the only guy you have. And it's just so many more things. DeAndre Swift is clearly one of those special dual threat running backs, and he doesn't want to use them. I could go on for days and days, but to me, Daryl Bevel has been an utter disappointment. I said it before. Stafford gets all of these coordinators, and they're good the first year, and after that, they just garbage. I don't understand why this keeps happening to him.
Rachel, 22 games, you got to see our offensive coordinator, Daryl Bevel. What are your thoughts?
I'm not going to lie. I think it was after week 1 that I came on the show, and I was like, hey, top to bottom, and I'm even looking at Bevel here, and then everybody was like, no, it's not Bevel's fault. So I guess today I just want to do a little tiny I told you so. But that's it. Just a small one. But yeah, it's very confusing to me why he doesn't play the hot hand. He moves away from what works constantly. And the play calling, although in seasons prior looked like, oh yeah, he does this because he switches it up a lot. Like you're not really going to know what's coming next, but he's fallen a lot into that. Or one of his bad habits has always been run, pass, and then some kind of, crazier play that makes you go, okay, well, we forgive him. Well, this season, we're much less forgiving because we are like, use your offensive weapons. What are you doing? Use them where they apply and where they work. You're running the ball. It's working. Why are you stopping? You can't run the ball, or you're trying to run it up the middle with Adrian Peterson. He's got no blockers out there. Why are you doing that? It doesn't make sense. I've been saying it a lot throughout these games. So I'm definitely disappointed in Bevel this season because I wasn't last year. So, but It is what it is.
Now I've been sitting up here trying to rack my brain on how to say this beautiful person's name because they got that awesome picture right there. I don't even want to botch your name, so if you give me a short pronunciation, I will do my best to give you credit because I'm all about that Sparty life. And right after that, what we get? My man Bosso 313 with that Luke Sparty party. Yeah, you right. You right about that. We go Michigan better pray to God they don't lose. Y'all can't even barely win.
I don't need to pray for me being able to stump on a fly. Like, come on, man.
Wow.
Like, nobody worried about them.
Wow.
Man,
okay.
45. Joe Milton, 5 touchdowns.
Keep that same energy.
No, because you ain't gonna keep that same energy. Because when we beat y'all, you gonna be like, well, y'all should have beat us by 40. No, I don't want to hear that.
Listen, I'm just hey, all right. Okay, listen. That ain't none of my business. We go bounce this over to you, Andrew. What are your thoughts? It's 22 games. Offensive coordinator Daryl Bevel. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not going to go with the recency bias stuff. Overall, he's been a solid coordinator. All right, I know I'm going to get some hate, but last year he was phenomenal. I mean, he had Stafford in the MVP race. Let's be real. He was literally in the MVP race. Everything was clicking. This year, we got a better offensive line. We haven't been living up to the hype. Partially, I mean, part of it is just the play calling. I mean, let's be honest. We're still putting up 26 points a game. That is not bad by any means, but it's some plays that are just freaking baffling. You know, like, why are you not using Swift more? Why are you running up the middle? Like, there's a lot of different ways to run the ball, right? And so, I mean, we're putting up the points. It's just we could be way more efficient and way more dominant if he did exactly what he did last year and then altered that run game. Because our offensive line is better. What?
Can I ask you one question? Look.
Go ahead.
I would be with you about, let's take last year. That's more of a sample size. But I can't be with you. It's only one reason. He called a keeper with Stafford. And he did it again. He did it again. It's like you can mess up once, but then you did it 2 more times. No, Bevel. No. That's my just personal opinion.
Look, I mean, honestly, overall, it's not bad. We are putting up points. It's just if he called it in an aggressive way like he did last year, I guarantee you we'd be top 5 in offense, 30-plus points a game. But he is doing some dumb shit. Like the quarterback keeper, waste of a play. Running up the middle, back-to-back plays, that's a waste of a drive, not even just a play. You stay aggressive. You let Stafford hit that intermediate and deep routes, and – man, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna be top 5, but he's playing way too passive. So I mean, the last 5-6 games haven't been pretty in terms of his play calls.
Now we lost Easy because Easy said his phone was dying. So I'm glad he came in because I know he wanted to kind of get some talks in. Oh shoot, and I'm finna try to see if I can get Nomis on. Let me see. I gotta check that chat, man. I'm just so terrible at it. Anytime that happens, man, hit me up, people. Let me know. Like J-Bo, you saw it. Let me know. My fault. I thought you saw it. My fault. Nah, man. Listen, I be in the flow of stuff, man. Nomis, you've been sent the invite, sir. So let's go over to you, Writer. I mean, it's been 22 games. We've got a chance to see our offensive coordinator, Daryl Bevel. What are your thoughts on him?
I mean, I think that, overall he's been okay, if you look at the full 22 games, but I feel like this year he's got so much less creative. I felt like last year, there were some really cool trick plays. We had the flea flicker versus Green Bay. We had that one where where I believe it was J.D. McKissick got a handoff to the outside. They passed it back to Stafford, deep shot to Golladay, a touchdown against the Giants. We had that one play against the Packers in Week 17 where Danny Amendola, took the ball and passed it to David Blau. And obviously you don't run trick plays every single play. I'm not saying that, but I feel like this year there's just been that lack of ingenuity. There's been that lack of creativity, and it's just run up the middle. It's been very bland play calling, and I feel like we need a little bit of that spice back. We need a little bit of that excitement. And I put this in the chat earlier. Did anybody see when Jamal Agnew was at Wildcat quarterback?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Bevel, what are you doing?
Like, I mean, I didn't even notice it the first time because nothing happened. He didn't even use Jamal Agnew on that play. Stafford could have handed that ball off and it would have worked better.
He said,
we got the Hook Cam in the building. What's good, Hook Cam?
What's going on, Cam? Nomis has just joined us. What's going on, Nom?
What's going on, everybody? Been a long time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, we bring you in right out the gate with the question, man. We've got 22 games to see Daryl Bevel. What are your thoughts on him?
Listen, the thing is with Daryl Bevel, okay, a while back I tried to make the case that it was like his first year, and that's why we didn't run the football. But I had to realize that was a load of garbage, because the fact of the matter is, this is literally him in a nutshell. He did the same thing in Seattle. If you go back and backtrack, it was times where they running game, was top of the line, and they passing may have been like middle of the pack towards top 10, but then like it would fade off. One would be good, the other one would be kind of subpar. Then it would just shade off. It's doing the same. He's doing the same thing. How do you have allegedly the number 2 run blocking offensive line and you're still lacking on the yards off the ground? Doesn't make sense.
Can I just say I like how you use that term allegedly. I love that, but it's funny because I think me and you were the only ones who wanted the Lions to go offensive line and build the trenches. That's what. Yeah, we were the only ones that kept saying like, "Hey, build that trenches up, keep going." I'm talking about doing a draft when it was boiled down to Okuda. We was like, listen, even if we don't even take Isaiah Simmons, take an offensive lineman.
Oh, I said that too.
Okay, cool. Then it was me, it was us 3. Then we all in the same boat.
I'm all about building trenches any day of the week, man.
Really quick though, I want to try to move the questions because we got one more question before we get to the questions of the people. Curt, I already asked you the question about our offensive coordinator, correct? Curt must have stepped out for a minute. Here I am. Okay, Curt, I already asked you the question about the offensive coordinator, right?
No, you did not.
All right, what are your thoughts on it? It's been 22 games. You got a chance to see him. What are your thoughts on him?
Up and down. I will say this. I saw a chart today on pass happy teams, and the Lions were pretty much even. So he's brought balance to the offense, but it's a bad balance because he doesn't use his offensive weapon. I have to agree. Like, he doesn't ride the hot hand. Like, and I wanted to hit on this. Like, why is Adrian Peterson? I love Adrian Peterson. Use him right, but I think that DeAndre Swift should be the starting running back. He should be the RB1 right now, and he's the hot player right now. So, you play Adrian Peterson, but you play DeAndre Swift first. He's proven to be the top, the guy who has the most juice right now on the team. So Daryl Bevel has to make some better decisions and play calling. And damn it, use some play action. I'm just saying, Stafford's a killer in play action. So use some play action.
I'm going to sum up my view of our offensive coordinator at the 22 games. Frustrating and underwhelming. I just want more. I desire more. I require more. I'm asking for more. Mm-hmm. It has to happen. And to me, I'm expecting him to make some adjustments to get better. Understand that he has like these long game plans that set up stuff down the road, but I'm over that. And I'm not really with it. So here's the thing. This is another question that came from a subscriber, which is a fairly new subscriber. It was a guy who just started a channel. He don't want me to put his name out there because he's going to change the name of the channel. So when he do, I'll give him his props. But his question is, should the Lions fans fear and be afraid that the Lions coaching vacancy is not as appealing as others? That one kind of blew my mind for a doozy. We're going to start this one off with you. Writer. Do you think the Lions fan base should be concerned about our coaching vacancy, like, compared to other teams, like possibly the Falcons, possibly the Texans? Like, do you think like they should have concerns about us?
I mean, I think that, I think every team obviously has different, pluses and minuses. Both teams, or, every team with a coaching vacancy is obviously a bad team, right? If they were a good team, they wouldn't have a coaching vacancy, or they'd have a head coach if they were a good team, right? So, I mean, I'm not going to say that, Detroit is a bad landing spot for coaches because they're a bad team. I think this team has a lot of talent, and they've showed that over the past 2 weeks. I think the big knock on Detroit is that, there's this stipulation that the ownership and the Fords can't do their job. And I think that's where a lot of people, get the idea that nobody wants to come here. Nobody wants to come be this coach. And, to an extent, I think that's true. But I don't necessarily think that NFL head coaches look at it the same way fans do. I don't necessarily think they look at it as, oh, I can't go to Detroit. I don't want to be there. Like, this team has a lot of talent. There's a reason that there were a lot of fans that were super optimistic about the season because this team has talent. This team can play really good ball when they're healthy and when they're coached well. And, yes, it might not be appealing as some other jobs, but I also think there are a lot of jobs that are less appealing than the Detroit Lions job, mainly the New York Jets.
That is bad. Okay.
Boy, that's right.
Okay. What say you, Curt? Do you think we should have any type of concerns, or should we have any kind of fears that our coaching vacancy spot is not better than others that are going to be open?
I think that the Lions, as far as the coach, I'm never really worried about the coaching vacancy being an issue. I know it's an issue for free agents. That's the thing for us, but the coaching vacancy for us, I think a real coach, a guy who wants to be a leader of a team, they're one of those guys who wants to help the team make the next step, or says I can turn this team around, or I can help them achieve greatness. So I think that with that being said, I don't think that the coaching vacancy is an issue for the Lions. I just think that really it's the free agency part of it, not the coaching.
Okay, so in the effort for time, I'm just going to say, do anybody think that we should be concerned about it or no?
Yes, I definitely think we should be concerned.
Okay, tell me about it, J-Mo.
Yeah, so if I'm a head coach, the number one job I'll probably be looking at is Dallas, because I think McCarthy's gone. I mean, they have so much talent. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm telling you, Dallas got to go like 13. They gonna fire him.
He said Dallas. He said McCarthy gone. You think he done?
No, he is out of there. Y'all really think he's gonna stay? He's gone.
If they do that, I want to know, what did the Arizona Cardinals and Dallas know that the Lions didn't with Patricia? I just want to know.
Hey man, different story for a different day. I think the Falcons' job is a little bit appealing, and then after that, you probably think of coming to the Lions because of the flexibility. I feel like the Falcons and the Lions have the same kind of flexibility, meaning we could get rid of our quarterback and our star receiver and move them, or we can keep them and try to make the team better. And I think any GM or coach will like to come into a team where I can get rid of all the talent and rebuild, or I can keep it and try to build my own philosophy. But yeah, because Mike Vrabel, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, so listen.
Wait, can I answer this question?
Yeah. I just want to put this out there. Once you're done, start putting those questions in the chat. Also, 313 Curt. Listen, I pull my questions directly from people who send them to me on Twitter or in my Discord. So if you got like questions you definitely want us to discuss and you want to come on to discuss it, hit me up on Discord. Hit me up on Twitter. And I respond. Hit me up on Instagram. I really do respond to all those things, and I get you on the show and I get to your questions. We're not ignoring your questions, but I am trying to make sure that I maintain the show in the effort of time. So start putting y'all questions in the chat that y'all want us to talk about and discuss, and we will try to hit on as many of them as possible before we get out of here. Rachel, the floor is yours.
So for me, when I read this question earlier today too, and now even just hearing it being talked about, I will tell you that if a head coach picks another job over the Detroit job because it's too great of a feat for them, then I don't want them here anyways. That is a shitty, horrible outlook on a challenge. And I like people that like to overcome challenges. I like people who say, you know what, I'm not afraid that this challenge is too big for me, because if you think it's too big for you, then don't come here. I don't want you.
That's a good point.
Actually,
That's a very good point.
This was like, we need to find a
too.
Sean. We need to find a Sean McVay, somebody who's going to replace Jeff Fisher and turn his trash into gold and not destroy not destroy our entire team.
Go ahead, Nomis.
Okay, so basically it's like this. If they do fire Patricia or get rid of the entire coaching staff after the season, let's say they do that, I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people are going to look at this team and say, you got Matthew Stafford, you got a talented O-line with some talented running backs and a talented tight end set. There's going to be people who are going to look at that alone and say, I want to be the guy who controls that offense and runs that ship. And I ain't going to lie, if we get rid of Patricia and he just screws this up this year and we don't win another game or something, I ain't gonna lie, man. Rex Ryan go kind of look like Bill Parcells to me. For real, dog. Like, cause ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me you screw this up. I mean, and first, I didn't get a chance to finish my Daryl Bevel statement. The issue I'm having with him is that the stuff that he's screwing up is so minor. Like, if you just do the simple stuff, like we talk about Swift. What about
you breaking up now? Am I the only one that hear that?
Yeah, he went
No,
out.
I hear it.
Yeah, no, you're going in and out. Like I said, I would love for you to finish that point, man. I want to get through for the effort of time. Two guys in the podcast. I am a subscriber of theirs. So I do watch their stuff. They want to know, should Chris Fieldman be involved with the Lions in some form or fashion as far as the front office goes? We'll just go down the line with yes or no. Writer, yes or no?
I mean, yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Curt.
Yep.
J-Mo.
Yeah.
Let's see, Rachel.
Yep.
Let's go down. Nomis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's unanimous that I think he should have some type of role. Anytime you can bring people who actually care about being there, it works out for him. I mean, look at what the Dallas Cowboys do with Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, Charles Haley, Troy Aikman. Even though Troy Aikman don't want to be the GM there, but he loves that team. So yeah, I think it helps. I'm going to start bouncing questions off. I'm not going to hit everybody. Like I said, I want to keep time. I have a lot to do in the morning, so we're going to do this. Nomis, what are the odds that Doug Peterson gets fired?
I say the odds of Doug Peterson gets fired are actually 50-50. They're depending on how the rest of their season goes. If they somehow still survive enough to make the playoffs, his job is there. If they don't have a winning season, I still kind of actually believe he's there, but I can see them firing because. Yeah.
Okay. I'll pick it up what you're putting down. No, me, I get you back on a little bit more often. All right. Down 19 says, question, Luke, how many points does Michigan score? Not enough to beat State. Nah. How about that? Y'all ain't finna keep coming for my team, people. All right, let me get down here. Question for the round table. Has Bevel ever coached an offense that's had this type of skill positional talent all at once before the Lions? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings, the Seahawks. I mean, yes, he's had that kind of talent. Who just bounced out of here? Was that Rachel?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, yes, it's happened. And it's not no mistake, man. Cam's an excellent point, Rachel. Yeah, we gotta get Cam back on here too. Cam is my partner in crime with film study. Sometimes when it comes to linemen, because I know he's a little bit more versed in that area, I'm like, am I looking at this wrong? And he'll kind of help me get it together because sometimes them linemen, I focus on those small things so hard. so hard, and I don't need to. Crimson Shadow says, how about Peyton Manning for a head coaching job one day?
No.
No. Do anybody in the panel want Peyton Manning to be a head coach? I mean, GM, yes.
GM.
I was gonna say I think he'd be a great GM.
I'm going coordinator GM. That's what I'm thinking.
So you think
I'll
like
go
a
quarterback coach. Quarterback coach.
Maybe a quarterback coach.
Okay, but head coach, we are all saying no.
Peyton Manning got to prove himself before I say that.
I mean, I'll just say Kellen Moore do okay. I mean, I guess.
Hey, he ain't head coach though.
No, facts. That is true. That is true. Let's see. I'm gonna keep going through all these questions and try to hit as many as we can. Let's see. Does anyone else feel that Josh Jackson is better on the right side than the left? No. So it's funny you say that. Somebody brought that to my attention, and I was like, really? So I went back and I watched some film, and I was like, oh. But I think what the problem is when he went to the left, how can I best put this? The way we run our offense, a lot of the times that we're running to the stronger side. And for some reason, it's our right side of our offensive line. We run to the left a lot, but the right side somehow has been better since Joe Dowell has been out. And so I think that's what the struggle is. He's just adjusting to remembering his assignments from the right to the left. That's all I can think of. But
wait, so he's back. So he's on the left permanently now. I thought he went back to right.
No. So you remember. Obviously Joe Dow went in, but then who else went out? Somebody went out dehydrated, and then they put in that Matt Nelson dude.
Oh yeah.
And so
Terrell Crosby.
Terrell Crosby. It's one. I can't remember who it was, but I was watching the film. I was watching the film for the last 2 games, and I was just paying attention to the offensive line. And I did see one play where he got like completely walked into the backfield, like against the Jacksonville Jaguar. I'm talking about like escorted out the club, put on the curb. Like I'm like, bruh, like it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, but like, where was he at on against Atlanta? Because we didn't have a rotation, so we had our
I believe he's at the left, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he's at the left.
Crosby started again at the
because you got Big V at the right guard.
And V at the guard, because injury, he keeps not moving.
Yep. So
just outside.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of the stuff I have to like. If it's not in front of me, I don't remember it. So I have to like really think about it. Easy is back in the building. Easy. We just answering a few questions from the people before we get up out of here. What I'm gonna do is one day I'm gonna have a free for all one day, and I'm just gonna have people coming in and jumping in, talk and get out and keep it going. That's something I just want to do. I think it'd be fun to do, and we'll see. Would y'all be cool if Griffin takes more time from Romeo than he should? Rotate with Flowers. Oh, well, I'm not gonna answer this damn question because y'all know how I feel. But easy. Would you be okay if Griffin took some snaps from Romeo Okwara?
Yeah. I mean, when he played in Minnesota, was he? Because he built like an inside dude. So you know how the 3-4 defensive have the defensive end, but really they play like a defensive tackle position. Is he truly playing like the edge?
Yeah. Everson Griffin is the edge guy. For sure.
Yeah, he's an edge guy. Yeah. I saw footage of him at the 3 tech, and he's an edge guy. Yeah, he wasn't doing that John Pennicini let me clog you up move. It wasn't happening.
Okay.
So let me bounce that question off again. Would anybody be upset? Because I know I'm already suspecting.
I would be.
Absolutely.
Okay, why would you be upset, Nomis?
To me, why would I take a guy, it's Everson Griffin, why would I take a guy who's been hot for me all season and give him reduce his snaps when I'd rather take a chance on throwing this guy across from him and letting them all rush at him at the quarterback instead? I'd rather do that.
Okay. Like I said, in the effort of time, I'm gonna speed through this. So I'm gonna start rapid firing one question to each person. This one right here says from the great one, Mike. I'm gonna get this one to you, Rachel. It says Stafford told Nate that he is going for MVP. Do you think he can turn it around and actually be the MVP and be in the MVP discussion?
I think if he turns it around, that automatically puts him up for the MVP discussion, especially if we're looking at, the first few weeks or so starting the season. And then if he continues playing like that in Atlanta, and that's what we're talking about, turn it around, then absolutely. I think he has to be part of the discussion.
Okay. I'm going to toss this one immediately to J-Mo. I'm referring all Kenny Galladay questions to J-Mo. This is FYI. But anyway, J-Mo, this question comes from Top Dog. He says, if y'all think we need a new general manager and head coach, should we franchise tag Kenny G instead of giving him $20+ million for 5 years?
No, because if you're going to rebuild your young quarterback, he needs to be able to throw to a Kenny Galladay. So, no. You pay Kenny G his money regardless of what's going on with the regime.
Okay. All right. Ben Diesel says, great show today. Peace. Very entertaining. Hey, appreciate you for coming through and sharing, your time with us, man. It's awesome. We're going to go into final thoughts because, like I said, I have a lot to get up to do. I know Rachel got a lot to do, and all of us here work or go to school. And none of them are giving it to us at nighttime. So, so we'll go through, starting off with you, Easy. What's your final thoughts for the people? And make sure you plug your channel, your Instagram, and everything else. And also, I will answer the Hook Ham's final question when we roll around to it. But go ahead, Easy.
I apologize for being late. And I don't know if today, guys. I apologize. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on too. But I'm Easy for SpeakEZ. It's just that simple. Type it in on YouTube. SpeakEZ Sports. We're big on MMA. We're big on football, basketball. We just brought in a baseball guy because I'm not big on baseball. But our final thoughts for today, man, is optimistic, right? Like I want to be optimistic after a win. Granted, it was a close win, but a win is a win. I want to be optimistic that the fact that they're trying and they're gunning for their life at this point. They're gunning for their careers with Matt Quin and Coach Patricia. So we're bringing in a guy, Everson Griffin, who's been successful in other schemes and I guess throughout his career. And I just want everyone to be optimistic going into the second half of the season.
Okay. Nomis, what are your final thoughts for the people? Nomis?
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, man. Final. I gotta say, I really appreciate y'all for letting me on the show. There's no about what I still got nothing but love for everybody on the panel, and I actually do agree with everybody when it comes to Everson Griffin. That includes Luke, because I do see. I can tell that they were planning on trying to trade for somebody like him because they did put him out there at outside linebacker. So it kind of almost makes me wonder if they might be trying to test him there for a while, for the at least temporarily. So we'll see how that works out. But of course, as I always used to say, is God bless everybody on the panel with me and on the chat. Y'all have it safe. Everybody stay healthy. Wash your hands, and we out. I'm out.
Absolutely. We're going to keep it going. We're going to go on down there to you, Mr. Curt. What are your final thoughts for the people?
I like the Everson Griffin move. Big shout out to my man Shawnee J over at the Die Hard Den podcast. So go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, our Facebook page, the Die Hard Den podcast, and our Instagram at die_hard_den_podcast. But for today, I just want everyone to stay optimistic. Drink some Kool-Aid. This don't make them sweet. So with the Lions, I've learned, you have to take it day by day. So I like the move. Let's keep building on that. I think we have one or two more moves to make before we can have a sustainable product in Motor City. And you know what I do. Whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. And go out and vote if you haven't voted already.
All right. Next up, we're going to give it to the final thoughts of you, Ryder. What are your final thoughts for the people?
I think SpeakEZ said it best. You got to have some confidence. You got to have some optimism. We're coming off of back-to-back, winning games. We're on a win streak for the first time in a long time. We'll put it that way. The Lions just traded for Everson Griffin, and even though Luke doesn't like the move, he'll still be productive. He'll still get some good pressure, some good sacks. He'll still help out this line. And I don't think that the Lions are done making moves. Personally, I think that Patricia's job's on the line, Quin's job is on the line. They're going to do everything in their power to keep their jobs. So I don't think the trading is done. I don't think the moves are done being made. Hopefully, maybe we don't give up too many more draft picks, because I kind of like, actually watching the draft, actually watching my team pick up some players. But, I don't think the moves are done. I think the Lions go out and get at least one more player before this trade deadline hits. And, I think that they're going to go all in this season and try to save their jobs.
Okay, listen. I'm picking up what y'all putting down. Let's go on over there to you, Andrew, one half of that dynamic duo from the real Detroit Lions fans. What are your final thoughts for the people?
Yeah, I fully expect us to be the Colts. The Colts are trash. All right, I don't care what the record says. All right, they lost to Jacksonville. They beat the Vikings. They beat the Jets. They beat the Bears. They lost to the Browns, and they barely beat the Bengals. Their first 6 games have been literally against 5 of the worst teams in the NFL this year, and they have a 4-2 record. Cool beans. If we lose, I'm done. All right. I don't care what their record
we lose, you want Patricia fired immediately, right?
Yeah, 100%. I know people are like, but their record is good. No, they have beat the worst teams in the NFL, so I'm straight. So this better be an asshole. All right. And on that note, I'm out.
leave it to Andrew to have everybody cracking up like, oh, he's so confident, right? He's like, yeah, they lose, he got to go. He got to go. But they win, yeah, baby. Okay. And Rachel, give your final thoughts. I make sure I ain't forget you, right? I don't want to forget nobody. Rachel, give your final thoughts.
All right. So I'm with the rest of these guys. Don't get too optimistic. Cautious. cautiously optimistic, I think, is the way to go. But this fan base is so back and forth. Oh my gosh, we're the most bipolar fans in the world. We win Sunday. I'm not saying go get a Super Bowl tattoo, but if we lose Sunday, just don't burn your house down. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm just, we're so easily swayed, but let's be cautiously optimistic moving forward. I'm actually about to have my whole computer set up again. So besides just doing like Lions analysis and recap and stuff like that on my channel, I'm going to get back to doing some of those like silly kind of parody videos that hopefully will help us stay optimistic despite whatever happens in the season. So definitely make sure that you're subscribed. I always love being on the show with the guys and getting to talk to everybody. It's been a little bit fewer and farther between them, but I'm hoping to get it back up to once a week. And as always, one pride.
Absolutely. And let me answer this question real quick from the Hood Cam. I think he's been patient. Does this trade for Evers and Griffin show you guys that Patricia is giving the keys to the defense, to Unlin? I thought he gave the keys to the defense way before this trade. I just don't see how week 1, I believe, was 81.some%. Week 2 was 82.some% of man coverage. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, you just drastically just be like, we playing zone. No.
And then we all of a sudden got a run defense. I'm like,
right,
oh, yeah,
all of a sudden. And then taking it a step further, we go on to play the Saints, and you see John Pennicini have a good outing. Then the very next time we get a game, comes against Jacksonville, John Pennicini gets more snaps, and we play way more zone. In fact, we played the highest zone in the entire time that Patricia's been here. So I'm like, yo, these are all proof positives for me that, no, them keys been turned over. So good for him for letting his coaches coach and manage, because when you saw what happened when he let them coach and he managed, he was able to see that there was more than 11 guys on the field, get a great challenge. He was aggressive early on, aggressive late, made a lot of good decisions. And so at the end of the day, more power to him. I think he been getting them keys over. Now, last but
real quick.
Go ahead.
Corey Unlin didn't know they traded for Evers and Griffin until a reporter told him.
Yeah, that's on Bob Quin. Bob just like they didn't know that they was taking Okuda until it was announced. So
right.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, Unlin didn't actually know until a reporter told him on a Zoom call. So
I'm just saying,
just like with Okuda.
Yeah, I'm just saying this is what Bob Quin is really trying to save himself. Okay, and that's why I don't like it, for reasons that Rachel pointed out. He's doing what the fans wanted, and the last person who did what the fans wanted, we got 500 receivers in the first round. Just saying. Now, last but certainly not least, 313 J Mo, give your final thoughts.
First, I want to say, we got a lot of people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video, and I'm with Andrew low key. The Colts, I won't say they're trash, but they're not that good. And I feel like they have not faced an offense as explosive as ours with Kenny Galladay, Hawkinson. You had the Cincinnati Bengals score 27 and the Jags score 27. So to me, if the Lions can't score 27, Daryl Bevel need to be fired. I'm just saying, this is a game that the Lions should win, but we're going to see what happens. The Everson Griffin move is, to me, just a lateral move, but I love the fact that they went out and actually did something, because it at least showed me they're trying to have effort and at least attempting to win and save their own ass. But at the end of the day, y'all always know what I got to say. Hey,
Listen, all right. Listen, here's my final thoughts for the day. First of all, thank you all for coming in and being a part of it. We actually hit 109 people at one point, so that's awesome. I appreciate y'all for being here. Those who hit that like button and that thumbs down button, appreciate all those who gave the constructive criticism to me. I accept all constructive criticism. I love when y'all crack jokes. It's fun. But today I want to end today's show on a positive note, and it comes from one Mr. Mike Tyson. That's right, people. The man who's known as the brawler, who likes to bite off ears and get half-done face tattoos because he realized he wasn't as tough as he thought he was to that needle. That guy who says fear is like fire. It can be helpful if you know how to use it, and if not, you'll get burned. Boy, I tell you, perspective is beautiful, because when you put things in perspective, it changes everything. Everybody loves water. When you don't want to stink, you need to, quench that thirst, and you need to do those other things. y'all love it. But if you take on too much water, it gets real dangerous. It gets real ugly. You know, when it floods your basement, or when you forget to cut the sink off and it flows onto the counter. I've done that maybe one too many times to be truthful. My point is this, people. How you approach a certain situation and how you handle it determines that situation's outcome. And if you usefully put yourself in a position to handle it correctly, it can be a beautiful thing. But when you don't use your brain, you don't use your heart, and you don't start off with the most simple thing of perspective to look different, you're bound to get burned. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you hit that like and notification bell and subscription button to all the members on here and all the guests. That's the SpeakEZ Podcast, as well as Nomis J. I seen Tom Grazzi in the building. I know he's a Packer person, but he actually covers all of the NFC North. And the man is funny. If at all nothing else, he's funny. Seriously. So Don Burr says Luke reading fortune cookie quotes again. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you support one another and be kind. And as always, don't be no chump, please.